Some of the greatest and most iconic players in NBA history have played the shooting guard position. And today, we highlight the best of these greats as we give our top 10 shooting guards of all time. At number 10, we have Reggie Miller. Reggie Miller is one of the greatest three-point shooters ever and was an inspiration to all the shooters that came after him. He currently sits at 4th on the all-time threes list and is the only player in the top 10 to have played in the 80s and 90s, showing how much of a pioneer he was when it came to long-range shooting. Aside from his three-point shooting though, what really stands out about Reggie is his playoff performances. In the postseason, he always stepped it up when it mattered the most, as can be seen through his iconic duels with the Knicks and Michael Jordan himself. His impact on the game, along with his iconic playoff performances and longevity, clearly earned him a spot in the top 10. At number 9, we have Ray Allen. Full disclosure, I had a lot of debate between 9 and 10 on this list, and it honestly could have gone either way. Even when you look at their careers overall, they're extremely similar, from their statistics which are nearly identical to their on-court games. Similar to Reggie, Allen was one of the greatest three-point shooters ever, but he took what Miller did and raised it up a level, becoming the leader on the all-time threes list for a while until recently. His prime years are somewhat forgotten now, but should be mentioned more, as he wasn't just a great shooter, but a great all-around scorer and one of the best in the league, putting up over 25 points per game on the Supersonics and leading the Bucks to the conference finals and almost the finals in 2001. In his later years, he also experienced championship success, being one of the core members of the Boston Big Three and hitting one of, if not the greatest shot in NBA history to cap off an all-time great career. At number 8, we have George Gervin. George the Iceman Gervin was one of the greatest scorers ever. His 4 scoring titles are only bested by Michael Jordan and Wilt Chamberlain. On the court, he got buckets smoothly and effortlessly in a manner that could be compared to someone like Kevin Durant. He also helped pioneer many moves such as the finger roll and acted like an archetype for future scoring wings. The Iceman is one of the greatest talents in league history and someone whose name should be brought up more when it comes to discussion of all-time great scorers. At number 7, we have Clyde Drexler. Clyde had the unfortunate distinction of being a shooting guard in the Jordan era, which is why almost everything he's done has been overshadowed. That's a shame, because Clyde was one of the greatest athletes of his era. He was a great all-around talent, and his statistics reflect that, as all-time he's top 40 in points, top 40 in assists, top 10 in steals, and top 5 in rebounds and blocks for guards. Aside from his great statistical production, he also accomplished a good deal of team success, leading his Blazers to multiple conference finals appearances and 2 finals. Near the end of his prime when he joined the Rockets, he also adapted well to being a second option, helping lead them to his first ever championship. At number 6, we have Allen Iverson. AI is one of the most popular players of all time, so it may seem shocking to some to see him at 6. But this placement isn't a slight to him, but rather a testament to how great the players ahead of him were. Iverson is one of the greatest scorers of all time, averaging 26.7 career points per game and winning 4 scoring titles. His peak came in the 2001 season, where he not only won the MVP, but also helped lead his Sixers to the NBA Finals, despite having a questionable supporting cast. His game wasn't perfect, and it did have many holes in it. But what can't be denied is his influence. From his crossover to his size to his style off the court, everyone wanted to be like Iverson, and his impact on the generation of players, and particularly guards that came after him, can't be understated and helps cement his legend status. At number 5, we have James Harden. The Beard is one of the most talented offensive players of all time, being not only one of the greatest scorers ever, but also one of the best playmakers. He's had multiple seasons leading the league in assists and scoring, including a year where he averaged over 36 points per game. He may not have any championships or even finals appearances as the leader of a team, and has had some playoff flameouts, but I think his overall lack of championship success is more of a result of the era and conference he played in, as he often ran into the Warriors while they were on their dynastical run. Harden is the only active player on this list and still playing at a high level, so there is a chance that he could finish higher on the list when it's all said and done. At number 4, we have Jerry West. The logo played in an era that was dominated by big men, yet he still managed to stand out despite only being 6'3". He was an elite scorer, shooter, and playmaker, putting up insane numbers throughout his career, including averaging 41 points per game in the 1965 playoffs. He was the first and only player in NBA history to win the Finals MVP while being on the losing team, and that seemed to be a major theme throughout his career, as no matter how great his individual performances were, he never seemed to be able to get over the hump, as is apparent with his record 8 Finals losses. But he was able to reach the top of the mountain near the end of his career, winning the 1972 championship and cementing his legendary status. At number 3, we have Dwyane Wade. In his prime, Wade was one of the most explosive and quick athletes the NBA had ever seen. There's a reason he was nicknamed The Flash. His overall statistics may not pop out as much as someone like Harden, but the reason why Wade ranks in the top 3 is because of the playoffs, where he's proven countless times he's one of the clutchest performers to ever play in the league. His 2006 season is his crown jewel, where in just his 3rd season in the league, he managed to lead his team to the finals, where he overcame a 2-0 deficit while putting up over 35 points per game to win his first championship. His prime didn't last too long because of injuries, but he adapted well to becoming a second option later in his career and helped lead the Heatles to 2 more championships. At number 2, we have Kobe Bryant. If you're watching this video, you know about Kobe Bryant. There's not much I can tell you about the Black Mamba that you wouldn't already know. Not only one of the greatest shooting guards, but one of the greatest players ever, period, regardless of position. Kobe is most known for scoring. He's able to get a bucket from any spot, regardless of who was on him or how many people were on him. And the numbers back up the eye test, as he has the 3rd most 40+ point games in NBA history, including his iconic 81-point game. His on-court skills also directly translate to team success, as everyone knows Kobe won 5 championships with 2 Finals MVPs. Despite all his on-court talents and accomplishments though, what Kobe Bryant will be most known for is his killer mentality and extreme work ethic. The Mamba mentality is his true legacy. It's something that has inspired and will continue to inspire millions of people. And at number 1, we have Michael Jordan. This result was never in doubt. There's a reason Jordan is widely considered the GOAT of not only the shooting guard position, but all players ever. Arguably the most influential athlete of all time, regardless of any sport, MJ's resume is ridiculous. Let me just read out some of his accomplishments. 14 All-Star appearances, 11 All-NBA teams, 9 All-Defensive teams, Defensive Player of the Year, 5 MVPs, 3 steals titles, 10 scoring titles, most career points per game all time, 6 championships, and 6 finals appearances with 6 finals MVPs. Needless to say, Michael Jordan has earned the top spot on this list. Comment down below if you agree with the rankings and subscribe for more great videos.